Okay, let's talk about Fernando. What a hell of a day. What a way to start. And I got to tell you, I was in my car yesterday morning. I was coming back from a doctor's appointment. And I got the lineup on my phone. I get all the stuff from the Padres and right when it's coming off. And I'm going, oh, this is bitching. Fernando is leading off. I love when Fernando leads off. And I'm going to tell you why. Because to me, it keeps him in the game mentally. He wants to be that offensive catalyst. Now, I don't know if they're just going to do that against left-handed pitching and go back to a rise with right-handers and hit Fernando second. I don't know. We might find out tonight. Or Mike Schultz may go with the hot hand. Hell, Fernando yesterday, man, he was a one-man wrecking crew there. He was running all over the place. He had 2 stolen bases yesterday. That's the first time last year he had 0 games with multiple stolen bases. That tells you he's healthy. And he got big jumps. Chris Sale, man, I don't know what the hell he was thinking out there. But you know what? Everybody's going to run. With this new rule, the offense has such a great advantage. But Fernando yesterday, 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. And I love him in the leadoff spot. If you look back at his career, he has been most productive, in my opinion. And I don't know, you can look at runs scored, you look at stolen bases, you look at home runs, look at average. I don't know about you, but I like him in the leadoff spot. I think historically his numbers have been better in the leadoff spot. And more than anything else, it looks like he's more engaged. He wants to be that disruptive influence. When he's hitting third or second, which he hit a lot last year, he's just not the same. I don't know. Maybe you agree or disagree with me, but I like that guy at the top of the order. And the other thing that I like, if Fernando's on first, you got a left-hand hitter in a rise who can spray that ball around, going to put the ball in play. Could be a hit-and-run guy if you need it. I mean, I really liked that lineup yesterday. The only thing I didn't like was that Cronenworth was in the starting lineup. And he went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. I thought Schilt, and I know why he did it, okay? Cronenworth hit 203 last year against left-handed pitching. And Jose Iglesias, last year in 92 at bats, hit 405 for the New York Mets and hit 337 on the year. I thought he'd run the veteran out there, but he didn't. He had Brandon Lockridge out there in place of Hayward, right-hand hitter, and then he had Yuli Gurriel, DHing rather than Gavin Sheets. And Gavin Sheets made his presence known very well against Hector Neris, leading off the bottom of the 7th inning, and he hits that home run over the center field fence. But I know why Schilt started Cronenworth. Cronenworth, he'd have been looking down at the top of his baseball shoes. He'd have been bummed. I get that. And you want to keep one of your everyday core players upbeat. And I get that. But I also get that you got to play the percentage against a guy like Chris Sale. Now, Chris Sale did not have his great stuff. He ended up with 7 strikeouts in 5 innings, but that wasn't Chris Sale. He was another guy, even though it was his 6th career opening day start, he was all over the place early. And then he settled in and ended up doing a nice job. I mean, Chris Sale yesterday, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, a walk, 7 strikeouts, 84 pitches in 5 innings. That's way too many pitches. But he hung in there, was able to, find a way. And then the bullpen couldn't get the job done for Brian Snitker's ball club. But I got the lineup and I understood it, but I didn't necessarily agree with it because I've been saying for the last 2 shows that I thought Iglesias should have been the starting second baseman against the left-hander. Okay, let's talk about Manny. Manny had a miserable spring. But yesterday, man, he looked great. Couple of doubles yesterday. 2 for 3 a walk, the 2 doubles, 2 stolen bases, stole second and third base. That was good stuff. And if Manny can get off to a good start and not hit 180 or 185 or 190 the first 6, 7, 8 weeks of the season, Padres are going to be right there. Now, I said yesterday, about 10 minutes before the game started, I put a tweet out. I said the Padres are going to go 85-77. I am concerned about when Darvish will come back. And by the way, Darvish threw a little bit yesterday. And as far as I know, everything went well. He was just playing catch. He hadn't been playing catch at all. Played catch yesterday prior to the ball game. And, we don't know what we're getting out of Kyle Hart. We kind of know what we're getting out of Randy Vasquez, and we know what we're going to get when Matt Waldron comes back. And Stephen Kolek's going to start the year in the minor leagues. There's a lot of if this, if that with the Padres right now. I went 85 and 77, but I think 85 is going to be tight. But I think they can sneak their way into the playoffs. I think the PECOTA rankings, I got those here. I think, I don't know what I forget. I think they had the Padres at 84. Yeah, they got the Padres going 84 and 78. I got the Padres going 85 and 77. So we're close. They had the Dodgers winning 103.8, Arizona 86.9, Padres 84, the Giants 77.9, and Colorado 56. But Manny got off to a great start yesterday, and that's cool. I mean, if he can get off to a good start, he's going to hit 30-plus dingers. He ended up with 29 last year and drove in over 100 runs. Hitting 29 homers really sucks because you want to get that 30th. Okay, you want that round number. And same thing like a guy that finishes the year hitting 299. Man, can't you find a way to find him another hit somewhere to get him to 300? But Manny last year, 29 bombs. And that was after a really slow start and coming off the surgery and drove in over 100 runs. And I just pray. I pray that Fernando and Manny can stay healthy because then this team, anything could happen if these two guys could stay healthy for an entire year, and namely Fernando. So a good start for Fernando, a good start for Manny Machado, and how about Jackson Merrill? He robs a home run yesterday. Brandon Lockridge robbed a home run yesterday, too. That would have been, a 3-run homer Lockridge robbed? But Jackson Merrill, a great ball game yesterday. Jackson, 1 for 3, sack fly, 4 RBIs. That's a good deal. Good deal. And I'll tell you, that base hit he got to give the Padres the lead yesterday in the bottom of the third, that was a damn good piece of hitting. He went down and just stayed on that baseball and drove it in there for a base hit, scored a couple of runs. That was a hell of a swing. In fact, I'll tell you, the first thing I thought, and I don't like to come back and talk about Tony Gwynn because Tony was in his own class. But if you watch that swing by Jackson Merrill yesterday, that's a swing of guys that win batting titles. I don't know if he'll ever win a batting title, but I'll tell you what, this kid's got a hell of a swing. He stays on the baseball, and he looked great yesterday, I thought.